Hey everyone, welcome to my tutorial for Waterfall card. My name is Jane and everyone knows me online as Whoopsie Daisy Jane. Today we're going to be making this waterfall card, and if you pull this ribbon you'll see that it flips over like a waterfall. You tuck it back in, and then in the inside it opens up like a regular card and you can write in. Today you will need neutral cardstock, and by neutral I mean white or maybe vanilla. You need a colored cardstock that will match your pattern paper, and I prefer using double-sided paper just to take the guesswork out of matching the patterns and the images. So today's card, what I did was I used the front of this paper and I cut out all the images that I wanted from it to decorate the inside, the waterfall feature, and this back of the paper will become the background for the front of the card. Just to show you where I got the words that I will be displaying on the front of the card is from this paper by TPC Studio. Just know that these scrapbooking paper I have had for many years from teaching at a scrapbook store, and so they're probably like good 5 years old, so please don't go out looking for them because you probably won't be able to find them. But there are lots of wonderful cardstock and pattern paper available on the market, so you'll need adhesive. I prefer using this thing by Tombow. Makes my life really easy. You can also use score pal tape or double-sided tape. You can also use glue dots. And you will want embellishments. So I use brads just to make my life easy. It just pokes right through the ribbon and the cardstock. If you want, you can embellish your card with pearls or bling. And you'll need scissors. I have two, one for cutting paper and one for ribbons, because you will need ribbon to add to the bottom of the card so that you can pull on it for the waterfall feature. You will also need handy a paper cutter. I use my Carl rotary trimmer. And you will also need a scoring tool. I do have a score pal, however the measurements that we're going to use for the waterfall feature does not have it doesn't pair up well on the score pal, so I just use my handy dandy Fiskars. Make sure you use the black scoring tool, not the orange one, because the orange one will cut your paper. So let's get started. First, you need to have a colored cardstock that you're going to use as a base. I just cut the 8.5 by 11 in half, and you will have 5.5 this way by 8.5 going this way. And if you fold the 8.5 in half, you will get a 4.25 by 5.25 by 5.5 card. That's your base. And then for the pattern paper, you want to trim it down to 5.25 going this way, and 4 inches going this way, so that when you glue it on to here, which I'll do for you right now, you'll have a nice little border going all around the card. So I'm just gonna really quickly do that. Just gonna center it. There you go. That's your base. Super easy. And then we're going to add this part of the card. What we want to do is just adhere the two sides. So this piece here is 1 inch by 4.25, and it's just going to go across the bottom right about there. I would say maybe a good inch up from the bottom of the card, and you want to just add adhesive on the very ends, like so, and about 1 inch from the bottom. Tap it down. There you go. Now we're going to set this aside for a few minutes, and what you want to do is take your scoring tool, and you want to get a piece of paper that you have cut to, let me make sure, it's 2.25 going this way by 9 inches this way. So 2.25 by 9. Okay. You're going to start on one end, and you're going to score it at 2 inches, and then at 2 3/4 of an inch, and then at 3 1/2, and then at 4 8/4. So then you will have something that looks like this. I'll fold it for you so you can see it. So here's the 2-inch mark, and then here's the 2 3/4, and then 3 1/2, and finally 4 1/4. So if you can imagine this part adhering to the card, this is the feature that will allow the motion to happen. So we're going to set the scoring tool aside, and what you're going to do now is, let's see, can I show you real quick the pieces of paper? These are 2 by 2 on the neutral cardstock that I've done. The last one where I have my word cut out, I haven't adhered this to the paper yet because I need to slip this bottom part to the inside of the card, and I'll show you that in just a sec. But for everything else, what I'm going to do is add adhesive to each of those squares like this, like so. And let's see, this one, I'm gonna go ahead and adhere just the white cardstock. So let me start with that first. So, hard to see, sorry. So I'll just do that. Set it down so you can see. And then you're going to do the next one. Just go flush up against the scored lines. Like so. And the last one right here. So then if you can imagine, it just kind of flips through like that. Before I add my Be Jolly on there, I'm going to go back to the original card here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to slip this part right over on here, like so. I'm not going to adhere it. What I'm going to do is take this pattern paper that I've cut out the words to. That's going to go over the front, like so. I'm going to add adhesive to this whole entire thing, and that's what's going to hold this paper down. So let me do that right here. I hope you can all see. Just add lots of adhesive and kind of center it. A little bit more this way. There we go. And then if you then fold this through, you can see that the bottom is peeking out a little bit. And you're going to add ribbon to that, so no worries. But this then pulls out like so. I think I would prefer this to be sticking out a little bit more, but that's okay. Yeah. So then I'm going to lift this up. Take it back out for a sec. And I'm going to lift this feature up. Add adhesive to the words. Put that right underneath like so. And then pull this back through. And this slips, I don't know if you can see, but see the red base? It goes underneath the red, so I can put my finger right through there. That goes to the base. And then there's ribbon that I have cut out. I'm just gonna make it into a little V, and I'll push the brad through the ribbon. It should go in very easily, like so. And then I'm going to push that through the bottom of my cardstock. Not quite centered, but it's okay. And then, sorry, I have to look. Separate the prongs, and then push it through. And it'll tuck in nicely underneath. And there you go. you have a waterfall card. Pulls right through. This just tucks right in underneath. If you have any questions, let me know. You can find me on Instagram at WhoopsieDaisyJane. And yeah, you can put comments down or questions in the comments and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks for joining me and good luck. Enjoy. Bye.